Hey, everyone out in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. It's your Congressman, Jamie Raskin, coming to you for my favorite time of the week, Local Hero. And this is the last Local Hero of the year, December 29th, 2023. My local hero is Jillian Copeland with Main Street Connect. And boy, is she an amazing local hero. She was an educator and a staff trainer with the Montgomery County Public Schools for 10 years before she started the Diener School in 2007. That school has educated more than 300 students and their families. She was the head of school. She was the head of the board. She's now still on the board. But her most recent endeavor that we really want to celebrate her for today is Main Street, which is a joint initiative she created with her husband, Scott. Main Street is a model, but it's also kind of a mindset. The first of its kind inclusive and affordable apartment building and community center serving people in our community of all abilities. It opened its doors to 100 plus residents in the summer of 2020. I remember being at the groundbreaking in 2018, and it gives membership opportunities today to more than 270 resident and non-resident members to connect, move, engage, have fun, socialize, and learn together. My district office staff, which works right across the street from Main Street, gets to go over to patronize their wonderful coffee bar that is open to the public. Jillian has been recognized all over the place for her dazzling commitment to our community and its well-being. She was an inductee in the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. She's gotten the Community Leadership Award from Jewish Women International and the A. Poland Humanitarian Award from the Bender JCC. Many awards for everything she does. She doesn't even really need the awards because this is her passion. This is her love. She loves to serve people and to help everybody rise and to succeed to their fullest extent. She's a great speaker. She's a great organizer. She and Scott live in Rockville, just 2 miles away from Main Street, and they are the proud parents of 4 young men in their 20s, Danny, Jack, Nicole, and Ethan. So they've got 4 kids, but she is a great inspiration to everybody in Montgomery County, in Maryland's beautiful 8th District. And so we thank you, Jillian, for your great work, and we recognize you today as our local hero.
Thank you, Jamie. What an honor. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, well, now tell us about the genesis of Main Street. How did it start?
Okay, so the genesis of Main Street. So I have 4 sons. Nickel, actually, which is funny when you read it because it sounds like Nicole, but Nickel is our 3rd son out of 4. He has disabilities. He started having seizures at 8 months old, and Nickel's path has really become our path. And we started the school in 2007, and we, a couple years later, started looking at what life would look like for Nickel with disabilities, as an adult, and where he might thrive in life. And sadly, we really virtually and physically visited places around the country. We looked for models and mindsets of inclusion and kindness and a place where he would thrive, a living opportunity that had community engagement and programs and people and real organic community connections. And we couldn't find that anywhere. So we decided to build it. So we did. So Main Street, we opened up our doors. Well, literally we opened up our doors in 2020, but the concept and the nonprofit started in 2017. And Jamie, we are 3 things. We are living. So we have our apartment building, which is 70 units, 75% is affordable. The tenets of this living programming and all the work we do are inclusivity, affordability, and accessibility. We have 110 people about that live in the building, and about 58 of those self-identify or are identified by their parents as having disability. The really cool thing is that we are impacting these people's lives in a very significant way. And we know that not just by insights and observations, but because the University of Maryland has done a research study on the residents of Main Street with disabilities, the residents without disabilities, and the family members of residents with disabilities. And what we now know from this research is that we are statistically significantly improving the quality of life for everyone that participated, all 44 people that participated in the research study. So that is awesome because we are changing lives of our residents. But the second part of what we do is programming and membership. We have 270 members, all different tiers of membership, including professional. People come in, we run 12 to 15 program series classes a week, everything from art, music, culture, sports. We move together, we learn together, we socialize together. We have just lots of community events to bring all people of ages and stages and backgrounds and abilities together. It's really a beautiful thing. We also connect people through our Soulful Cafe, what you were mentioning in the beginning. We have people that work at the cafe with disabilities. It is a connection to kindness and dignity and respect. And I always say, what better way to do it than, through caffeine and sugar. So we ask you to come join our cafe, fill your tummy, fill your cup, fill your soul at the Soulful Cafe. It's a really fun place. And we also have a lot of our community engagement, connection, and programming that actually are in our cafe. And then the last thing we do at Main Street, and I know it's a lot to say, but the last thing is we really work on education and advocacy. We try to go out to educate people and remind people what inclusion, really true inclusion looks like, and ask people to bring others to your table, right? Bring someone new to your table, whether it's the industry that you work in, whether it's literally to your dining room, kitchen table at home, but bring others in, hear other voices, include other people in your conversations. And we think the world would just be a kinder, better place. We wouldn't have to be here at Main Street if the world just operated from kindness and respect and inclusion right from the get-go. So that's part of our goal. And then we do a lot of advocacy work around, and in fact, you may not remember, but you are actually on the caucus. The Vital Act is an act for affordable to get additional funding for affordable, inclusive, accessible housing. And you signed on to join us, Congressman. So we're very proud of that. Thank you. And we hope to make some changes at these federal and state levels so that more money can be allocated for not just affordable housing, but also community programming engagement. So our people with disabilities, and really all people out there, aren't othered. They're provided the same opportunities as everybody else. So that's my quick spiel for you.
Well, it's such an amazing vision. And so often, when I was growing up, people with different abilities were considered off to the side and put into a separate place. And I love the concept, and I love the reality here of Main Street. It's not a side street, it's the Main Street where everybody can come together. And so I wonder if you would talk about whether it's really been an occasion for inclusion of everybody. I mean, we know Nicole obviously has been into it. What about your other sons? Have they participated? Do they go there? Do you see people, from all walks of life entering?
Yes, that's a great question. I would say we see it sometimes. We don't see it as often as we would like. And we really thought inclusion as a mindset would actually be easier than it is. But I think, to tell you the truth, in the past, the preconceived notions for people that are out there are, oh, that's a yoga place. That's a place for people with disabilities, or that's where people with disabilities live. That is not what this is. Some people leave and say, oh, this is like a big group home. That is not what this is. Right. So the first step is really changing mindset. And I think we're doing that by offering community events, bringing people in. One of the events we did last year was a Martin Luther King Day of Service as part of our Main Street Gives Back. And we had over 200 people. We had students, we had children, we had seniors, we had my children, and my boys do, and their wives and girlfriends do attend our events, which is awesome when they can. But we had all different kinds of people actually working together to serve our community, our broader community. And that's what it's about. It's participating in things that bring us joy and passion and meaning and connection together. So that's what we're trying to do. So we want you, we want Kathleen, we want your whole team and everybody in the city of Rockville and beyond to come join us, come cook with us, come eat with us, come move with us, come learn with us. I guarantee if you visit our website, mainstreetconnect.org, you will find something that is exciting for you. And if you come to Main Street, I promise that you will leave with a lighter load and a bigger heart, and most likely a smile. That's what I say. And it's really true. I promise.
Well, Jillian, that's awesome. It's beautiful. I I can't believe I was there at the beginning. I didn't even really quite know what I was in for it, that groundbreaking, but it's turned into something really remarkable. And I hear wonderful things about it all the time. And thank you for bringing this jewel to Montgomery County. And thank you for being our final local hero of 2023.
Thank you so much. And you just, before we hang up, let's make a time for you to come visit, okay?
It's a deal. It's a
All
deal.
right. Thank you so much for having me.